A2theK.
Drew McIntyre suspended.
Why are you saying it like that?
Okay.
John Cena tired? No. Retired.
Women's United States and Intercontinental titles in the works.
Do you believe in Joe Hendry?
Like Cena. And Rio suffers an injury in an AEW return match. Anthony, when's all this coming up?
Right, freaking now.
Yes, it is. Oh, we're back to PG,
PG
this week.
PG, yeah. I'm gonna stay PG until 2025.
Right, okay. As soon as Netflix gets up in this bitch. Okay.
Sure.
So the first one to talk about, Drew McIntyre has been suspended. Anybody who saw Money in the Bank saw Drew McIntyre get his opportunity stripped away from him once again by that rat bastard CM Punk.
Rat bastard.
And if you thought, I saw this in person, if you thought the fucking aftermath of Clash at the Castle was bad, this was a whole different level. He's ended up elbowing Adam Pearce in the face. Once again, Wade Barrett's trying to get involved to stop him from, going way too far. And being suspended.
Yeah.
Which isn't great. And he's also been fined, apparently, an undisclosed amount.
Undisclosed amount.
Typical of Drew, he went on Twitter after the fact and called Adam Pearce, like, I can't remember the exact terminology, but basically called him like a baldy bitch or something like that.
Okay.
And then that made Pearce say, well, now your undisclosed fine is doubled. But yeah,
That's like $10 whole right there.
$10 whole. Yeah, so Drew McIntyre's not going to be around for a while, it seems. But we also know that in the real world, that his wife's obviously had to go through some emergency surgery recently.
Yeah.
So
Having some time.
I think, yeah, like he carried the whole Clash at the Castle build, all the media and everything the last month. And it's a very different WWE today than what it was back in the day. So I can quite easily see Triple H saying, do you know what?
So we're pivoting onto Punk Rollins.
I think so.
Makes sense.
I mean, we don't know how long this suspension is for, but I think we still may get Punk versus Drew at SummerSlam. So I can't imagine it's going to be for that long. And we will see Drew, I guess, try and get some vengeance or revenge on Punk to set that up in the coming
Surely
weeks.
that would be at WWE Vengeance.
Yeah, we should have put this in the news and we haven't, so I'll just mention it now briefly. What do you make them bringing back Bad Blood?
I like it.
Okay.
You also made me feel old, though.
That's mad, though. That's a
Yeah.
mad stat. 27 years.
Nah, that doesn't feel right. I feel
And
like
I was like,
the math ain't math.
that's impossible. We
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
But like, I was like, that's impossible. We like, this was around when we were in high school. What the fuck?
Ow!
Oh. Oh God, no. So yeah, that one stung a little. Got a bit of bad blood with the people who told us that stuff. But yeah, so Drew McIntyre is not going to be around for a while, it seems. And I don't know how I feel about a McIntyre-less WWE at the moment.
But you still have Punk.
Choke on a muffin. Fuck. So yeah, obviously not real life. I want to break the fourth wall here. But yeah, obviously it's not
breaking the fourth wall.
Hi, Colt Cabana. You share a bank account with your mother, and I hate you for some reason. But yeah, so I don't know. I think Drew's been an absolute stalwart. Stalwart?
How dare you?
Star Wars? What's the word?
I have no idea. I don't know what you're talking about. Still was it?
He's been their quarterback for WWE.
Okay.
Sports.
I do sports.
Yeah, but we do proper football, Saying.
Where your foot hits the ball.
Yeah.
That's the
imagine
one.
that.
That's the one.
Yeah. Yeah. Short and sweet. Not really dragged that on as long as it could. Not got that many new stories today, so we have to drag it out.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it quick.
Yeah. So I'm a bit sad, but I'm sure Drew will be back in time for SummerSlam, and him and Punk will go at it.
Speaking of going at it.
Or not.
Speaking of quick. Speaking of sad news. Something like that.
Yeah.
John Cena, Carl, rocks up at Money in the Bank and announces he's retiring.
It's like,
I mean, I haven't seen him in months, so
yeah,
I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
but obviously it's a big deal.
Mm.
As weird it is to like not turn up for work for a few years and then come in and say that I'm retiring. It is a big deal. You know, even referenced hanging up the jorts, mate. Hanging up the jorts.
Mm.
But he's basically got a whole plan mapped out throughout 2025.
Yeah.
That may or may not involve a Royal Rumble or two. Or one, because there's only one.
Well, unless they do another greatest Royal
may
Rumble.
not involve a belt. May involve some
But will it spin?
matches here and there. If they don't have some sort of spinning belt, I'm going to be pissed off, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
It'll probably involve Cody, because everything does.
Yeah.
And CM Punk is also referenced, you know, hey, I want to lay something boots with you one more time.
Wow.
I don't know if he wants to wrestle him, but he certainly wants to do boot lacing. I mean, he'll probably injure himself lacing up the boots.
That is true. You should be careful with that.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to have the CM Punk retirement talk, Alan. I really think it's something we should talk about.
CM Punk retirement talk? I mean, that's interesting.
You know,
that is interesting.
It's just on my mind all the time. The John Cena retirement talk.
Look in my mind.
And I feel like maybe it's something we should discuss at some point.
Maybe we should.
How would that look?
How would that look? Maybe we should do a segment on that.
Maybe we should do a segment on that.
But apparently everyone's fallen over themselves to get a shot at John Cena before he goes. Everyone wants to fight him. So
lovely.
Yeah. Nice that.
Guys, I'm going to retire, and suddenly everybody wants to just fucking hit you.
Yeah.
Off that.
I mean, it was quite mad. It's sort of like, to your point, it's like someone not showing up for work for a couple of years and then just rocking up at the Christmas party and going, by the way, I'm retiring. And it's like,
you still work here?
Yeah. It's a bit of a mad way to do it. Because, like, I get it. It's like, oh, John Cena's there. But then it was a very somber feel, wasn't it? It wasn't like him rocking up in London and going, we should have WrestleMania here. And everyone's going, yeah. It's like, by the way.
He's retiring before he has to, like, actually follow up on every city he visits and went, we should have WrestleMania here.
I know, yeah. No one can call him out because he won't be around.
Fucking...
Yeah. I think it's sad news. He's an absolute ledge. Obviously, as we alluded to, you know, we've masked it greatly, so I'm not sure if people picked up on it. But we will talk about that. What we can see his final run looking like. But
yeah, we can see it now.
Yeah, we can. And soon we won't. But we never did. Or something.
Dude.
Philosophy.
Deep. I think need that Keanu meme.
Whoa. So yeah, so sad news there, and we will miss John, but yes, let's enjoy him while we've got him. Speaking of things that we should enjoy while we've... Nope, we haven't got him yet. This irks me a little bit.
Irks me too, man.
We've spoken about this. But
I mean, the fact that they're making another version of that fucking horrendous fucking thing.
So, for the audio listeners out there who can't see the picture on the screen, we are talking, of course, about... there are plans in place, if you believe reports, for WWE to bring in both a Women's United States and Women's Intercontinental title. Now, on the one hand, I fucking love we're getting some mid-card titles for the women. Love it. Why is it the US and IC titles? We spoke about this before. Why not, like, bring back the European title? Or, like, a fucking random title?
I feel like this is like a fuck you to people like Ronda Rousey who've been like, they're not women's belts, they're world championships. And they're like, nah, we're going to make everything and just put women's in front of it.
Yeah.
Like, it feels shit. And they could have been much more creative with this.
Yeah, and to be honest, it even bugs me a little bit now as well. As like, well, how do we differentiate the belts? We make the strap white. Creative. You know what I mean? Like, and obviously these are only mock-ups for anyone who's watching this, but like, to Anthony's point, I fucking hate that Intercontinental title.
Yeah,
why not?
This feels like really doubling down on a shit design.
Bring back like one of the other fantastic Intercontinental title designs and leverage that. And don't get me wrong, the new tag titles they've done, the SmackDown ones, not the Raw ones, are a fucking beauty.
Yes.
They are
lovely.
Like throwback to old, but feels modern at the same time.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
Whoever did them, well done.
But, yeah, like, it just feels lazy, doesn't it? Even down at NXT, like, at least they come up with something new, like the North American title.
Yeah.
But then they did just do, was it the Women's North American title?
Have they? I don't know, I don't follow NXT anymore.
Yeah, they've done like a mid-card women's title down there, and I think it might just be the Women's North American title as well. So you can see why they've done it. But yeah, I don't know. It's a shame because I would have liked to see something more creative, or even just something like, why not have the hardcore title for the women's division? Why not have something else
because they're women?
A submission title, or you know,
what they're doing.
Yeah, like
because they're women.
But you know what I mean? Like, there's an opportunity there to just introduce something new, but instead of just going, we'll just call it what already exists.
It just feels lazy.
It does.
It does.
It does. Like, you know, the Netflix title.
Netflix that big N on a belt would have done.
Yeah. Maybe not. So yeah, I don't know how to feel about it. I'm excited that there's going to be more titles, and hopefully this means there'll be some more women's story development. Because wouldn't that be nice?
That's, I mean, take away the actual names of the titles for a second, and that could be one of the pluses, couldn't it? If they're building a mid-card division for the women's scene, then that's going to be nothing but good, isn't it? So potentially we've got a winner there.
Well, the roster's stacked. We've got absolutely loads of, you know, top women in there now, but they've only got 2 belts to fight for, unless they just plonk them together in a tag team and say, we'll go after them then.
Yeah.
Like what they've done with Bianca and Jade now.
Yeah.
So it's like...
Exactly that. And you know Jay's coming after one of these.
Well, exactly. Yeah, the Netflix title, because she was the TBS champ, so why not?
Sense,
yeah. Following them shoes. But yeah.
They missed an opportunity to have the Fox title, didn't they?
Yeah. That would have been quite good. Could have brought Alicia Fox back as well.
Nice.
But yeah.
So, Carl, say his name and he appears. It's Joe Hendry. I thought you were going to finish it, sorry.
That was like when you...
I feel like the chemistry just went working there. I was like...
No, I was trying to think...
We always finish each other's.
Yeah. I was trying to think of the thing where you say someone's name in the mirror 3 times and they appear behind you. Who's that?
Beetlejuice. No, not Beetlejuice. Who's the other guy? Candyman. Who's the Candyman?
Maybe. I don't know.
Bloody Mary.
I don't know.
I think there's fucking loads of them, to be honest with you.
Just don't say anything.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, probably would work. Yeah, I thought we were going down that route. Anyway,
Carl. Joe Hendry made an appearance at NXT at some point. And now we're getting some not so subtle teasers, you know, and NXT Heatwave, Ethan Page, Adam Page, one of the Pages wins the NXT title, and we get a little glimpse of Joe Hendry's little face.
We do. Do you know what I thought was funny? Everyone was saying it was like a jump scare. Like, I didn't watch it live, but basically it just kind of did that, and then all of a sudden it just flashed that up on the screen, and everyone was like, "What? I never thought I'd be jump scared by Joe Hendry." So
jump scare Joe.
You should lean into
that. So basically, the suggestion is that we're going to be getting more and more teasers for Joe Hendry, moving towards the whatever crossover event that they're looking at doing with TNA and NXT. And this is poaching. This is poaching at its best. This was always going to be the deal with the TNA thing, and this is where, sadly, I get why TNA are, you know, it's all part of the same company now, aren't they? But I get why they're working together. But if WWE don't walk away with Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry signed to WWE, then
what was
I'll
it all
be
for?
surprised.
Yeah.
And TNA are just now going to be like feeding WWE with their talents, sadly. But you know what? Maybe that's the system now. Who knows?
Isn't it like a crying shame in a sense for TNA, thinking about it like that? Is like NXT is the developmental for the main roster, but now TNA is your developmental for your development. Yeah. It's not great.
But it seems that WWE have got a big interest in Joe Hendry. I could see him possibly having an actual signing and an NXT run. Maybe
you might say they believe in him.
Yeah, I would say they do. And yet still no Moose.
Still no Moose.
No. So the top guy.
I feel bad about it as well because I've seen little snippets.
He's obviously keen on coming over as well. I'm not sure what the deal is.
I've seen little snippets like he must have been interviewed in places and like he's brought it up a few times. So it's like they're just not calling him.
It's strange, but I feel like Joe Hendry's probably going to have a pop at that NXT title. And if you're going to do something like have a TNA guy with the NXT belt, he probably will go for this guy. He's over as fuck.
Yeah.
So,
well, definitely.
Keep your eye on Joe Hendry.
Indeed. Definitely do. And the last one, some somber news. Obviously, the lovely Riho returned recently to AEW television on Collision. She took on Lady Frost and unfortunately has picked up an injury on that return match, which is not great. Now, I know she's been trying to get some like visa stuff sorted so she could come back for AEW on a more permanent basis. So, kind of come at a really awful time. But she basically put on her Instagram that she's fractured her arm. Oof. So, it's one of those, obviously, you kind of need your arm to do a lot of moves in wrestling.
Dr. Carl here.
You know, just saying. Well, Zach Gowen didn't need both his legs. So I'm just saying, things can be possible.
Speaking of breaking your arms, right, slight digression. Seen Karrion Kross on socials the minute breaking bats?
Nope.
Okay.
Like Ozzy Osbourne style or like
no, like
baseball
a wooden bat.
Ah.
It's making me nervous because he's doing like this submission and he's basically showing like the strength of the submission. He's snapping the bat, and you know when you're like, some point I'm going to see one of them videos and his arm fucking goes instead of the bat, and every time I see it, it makes me nervous. And I just wanted to share that with you.
They're probably gimmicked, aren't they? He's probably just cut them beforehand to make himself.
Maybe he legitimately can break a bat, but at some point that arm's going to give.
Yeah. Like with the Hulk Hogan t-shirt, he goes on about his pythons, but every time you look at any video, you can see the little tiny cut at the top of his thing. And it's
his pythons are sagging a bit now, isn't that?
Yeah.
Weird, man. I don't mean he's incredibly jacked for a 70-year-old man, but still.
Not good when you get old and your python sags, is
There's a pill for that. Anyway.
Anyway. So, really sad news. Hopefully we get to see her back soon because she is the first ever AEW Women's Champ.
True story.
So, hell of a legacy in that company. And yeah, if she's getting her visa stuff worked out as well, then yeah, we may be seeing her back more permanently. So, let's hope she gets healed up and we see her back soon.
Indeed.
So, yeah, that be the news this week. Short and sweet, but let us know your thoughts in the comments before we let you go. Let's talk about the Hot Tag Foundation.
Let's talk about it.
Talk about it.
Oh, me this time?
Yeah, you this time.
So the Hot Tag Foundation are a charity organisation that we've been... What?
I was hoping, no, I was like, the Hot Tag Foundation are a charity organisation and they love to play on PlayStation. I thought you were just like... Anyway, sorry.
But anyway, the reaching out to the nation.
Of domination?
Anyway, so they're a charity that's working on a really good cause of, I suppose, bringing the wrestling community together and giving to the less fortunate. So they're attending a lot of events in the UK. So for those American fans, I'm sure there'll be an outlet for contributing in some way. What are you doing?
You went bigger.
Oh, sorry.
Somehow. So I was like...
yeah, so obviously there will eventually hopefully be an outlet for the American fans. But if you're a UK fan and you go into any wrestling events, you may or may not see them there. And if you can, donate whatever you can. All the what they're looking for is what used wrestling memorabilia, toys, that sort of thing. Anything that they can then obviously clean up and give to the less fortunate and sort of help to sort of bring a bit of joy and a bit of love of wrestling to those who need it.
Hell yeah. So yeah, go and check them out at Hot Tag Foundation.
As you can tell, I had to vamp a little bit because Carl didn't prepare me for the fact that he normally does that.
I like to do stuff like that sometimes. Just a renegade, But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this one and we'll catch you on the next.